There's one story that I feel like has not gotten as much attention as it potentially should have deserved, and that's Lionel Messi, arguably the GOAT of soccer, reportedly turning down a 3-year, $1.6 billion contract from a team in Saudi Arabia. 3-year, $1.6 billion. So
you can't even say it with a straight face.
I can't. It's $533 million a year. So I did all the math here. $1.46 million a day, like nearly 1.5 mil a day. That's nearly $61,000 an hour, more than $1,000 a minute, and nearly $17 a second is what Leo Messi was reportedly offered for a 3-year deal to play soccer in Saudi Arabia. So somebody says to Leo, hey, how'd you sleep last night? If Messi, and by the way, with that much money, he should get a full 8 hours, right? He should be sleeping pretty well.
On the sleep number bit.
Made $500,000 just overnight on the bed. Now, he's not going poor in Miami. Signed with Inter Miami, David Beckham's squad there. Reportedly $125 to $150 million over 2 to 3 years. He'll also get equity in the team, profit-sharing agreements with both Apple and Adidas. But turning down $1.6 billion is just wild to me. Like, it's
wild.
I've never been faced with a 10-figure decision. So no judgment here.
No, of course not.
And I hope one day a 10-figure decision is presented to me that I could potentially turn down. But I wonder what his number would have been, because I think everybody has a price for anything in life.
The $1 million man would agree.
Was it $3 billion? Was it $5 billion? If they had offered him $10 billion over 3 years, does he say, okay, 1.6 billion, nah, I'm good. But 10 billion, sure. Now I'm one of the richest people in the world.
Ain't nobody turned down 10 billion.
I don't know, because when you're turning down this type of money, it's shocking to me. And I understand also from what I've heard that Saudi Arabia is looking to make a bid for a future World Cup, and Argentina is as well. And if he took this contract, took this money, it may have some stipulations.
I understand. Okay.
In terms of that. And this is a guy, wants to go back home. He's beloved in Argentina. And maybe if he took this, he would never be able to go home again. That said, I still think there's a price for that. I don't know if it was $5 billion or $10 billion.
Yeah.
But $1.6 billion was not the number for Leo Messi.
You could afford to fly everybody from home to your current location if that was the case.
The whole country. I guess it just comes down to happiness, right? This is a guy with a reported net worth of $600 million. Like, you wouldn't even notice if some went missing, So what's 1.6 billion when you have 600 million? It's all the same, right? It's monopoly money.
Three times?
I guess, but you would never notice. Like, if you have $5 and you give me 15, yeah, I notice the difference. But when you have 600 and it's 1.6 billion, you don't really notice that. So for him, I guess it's just being happy. Miami seems like a fun place, TJ. You spent a lot of time there in your heyday. So yeah, I mean, and you're talking about the equity, like, he can become part owner of this team at a certain point. He's getting fractions of sales from Apple subscriptions to the MLS package and jersey sales and cleat sales. Seems like a pretty good deal to come over and hang out in Miami for a few years.
It's a great deal. Don't get me wrong. Like, he's making plenty of money. Nobody's going poor here.
And I just don't think it's about money. I know the money is kind of the sexy, New York Post style headline that the attention grabs, but it feels like it's not about that with him at this point.
No, and I don't think he's that type of guy either.
Yeah.
Lives a pretty, simple life. And once again, with the $5 to $15 comparison, I don't know what it's like to have $600 million, but I feel like once you're at that level, yes, you want to triple that just like you would
I guess so.
if you had 5. I don't think the mindset changes.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would love to have that.
Yeah, it's a good problem to have.
great problem to have. But when you look at the richest people in the world, they're not trying to lose money.
Right.
There's a reason why they're the richest people in the world, and it's about keeping that wealth and making it even more. You get $10 billion, you're looking to get $40 billion.
Yeah, he's already one of the most high-profile athletes and people, I guess. He's probably one of the most recognizable people on the planet. Now, is it in terms of, where are we growing the game? If I go to Saudi Arabia, do I care about them potentially getting a World Cup at some point and all the other stuff that obviously goes along with Saudi Arabia that we're seeing in the golf world right now and Formula One and the Premier League and all that stuff. But MLS is like growing. It's fat. It's up and coming. They've been at it for a long time, but it's more popular now than it's ever been. How many people tuned into that crazy USA-Mexico match last night? Like, that was insane.
Wild.
And so I feel like him coming to America and being a part about that, we are the drivers for pop culture around the world. And so, it doesn't hurt to be here, and especially at a place like Miami.
That's such a great point, Brockman. And also the fact that I think now is a really inflection point for soccer in this country. Whereas when David Beckham came over, I don't know that we were quite there yet.
It doesn't feel like it.
Now or then?
No, then. It didn't feel like it then.
No.
Yeah.
And he still is such a rock star.
Right.
But Messi is on another level. You take a look at the prices for the tickets to his debut in July went up 1,000%.
Yeah, that was wild. And they don't even know if he's going to play this year. Like, there was a lot of speculation that he may not start playing until the 24 season. So you're just spending 100x to 10x, hoping that maybe he shows up and is sitting in the crowd.
I mean, the cheap
It
seats
was kind of wild. I'm not going to lie. I looked at Miami coming to LAFC, and I was, hey, maybe it's worth a speculative buy here, and they were outrageous already.
Then they've already done their job. Like, if you're looking at that, then they've already done their job, because it is going to help every other team. I mean, tickets for other teams, away home games when Miami comes, have gone up 1,000% as well. The Instagram account for Inter Miami went from 1 million followers to 8.1 million followers.
Yeah, I brought that up last week.
That's more than any U.S. team from the NFL, Major League Baseball, or NHL. They have more Instagram followers. Inter Miami has more Instagram followers than any NFL team. Yep. That's wild to me.
I mean, the casual sports fan probably didn't know what Inter Miami was.
Like, right? Are we entering Miami?
What is happening? Is this like a new terminal at LAX?
The Cowboys have 4.5 million. So your squad's got 4.5 million.
Is that the most NFL?
The most, yeah.
Of course.
Of course. We should have known.
America's team, right? But only half of what Inter Miami has. The Lakers, by the way, they have 23 million Instagram followers. So the Lakers are on another level.
They're a worldwide brand.
Messi himself has 471 million followers on Instagram. 471 million. Only Cristiano Ronaldo has more, and he's got 590. He took the money, by the way, in Saudi Arabia. It wasn't 1.6 billion, but he took like 300 mil a year to go to Saudi Arabia.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.